We go to Oshkosh and we see the massive displays, and those tend to be the ones we remember. But let me introduce you to some small companies that are having a big impact on aviation, because small companies and small business is the backbone of America anyway. So let's go interview and talk to some of these new small companies out there impacting aviation. Come on, let's go in for a walk. Welcome, coffee drinking pilots. I am Ned Parks. After 45 years of military flying, running FBOs, flight schools, and flight instructing, I have learned about general aviation from multiple angles and have drank gallons of coffee in the process. So grind a bean, pour a cup, and learn something new about aviation.
Contact Fleet 1 Center 134.9er.
So we're here at Easy Weather Brief in the hall, and tell us a little bit about the product.
Well, the product is a pre-flight weather planning app that allows you to plan out your route before you get into the cockpit. It's not to be used in the cockpit. And it allows you as a pilot to put in your personal weather minimums and define what you feel comfortable with in your route. And then it takes an aggregate of over 30 different forecast models and presents the weather to you on the flight that you've planned out. And it uses a red, yellow, green concept. Red means you violated one of your personal weather minimums. Yellow is a cautionary, and green is a move forward based on it's met all of the personal weather minimums. You can change your route, the time you leave, the altitude, other factors that you can change to make that all green. But it definitely takes the information that you put in there, and each pilot has their own. The aircraft that you fly.
So this is a subscription service?
It is a subscription service.
Okay.
Yep. You get a 1-year subscription for $79.
Okay.
And we're actually offering a show special for AirVenture folks to save $20 off.
Oh, $20 is a great deal.
$20 is a great deal. That's
Yeah.
right. So,
okay.
And you can get a 14-day free trial. And it's also a progressive web app, so you won't find it on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You just go to the website ezwxbrief.com, and it allows you to set it as a home screen icon, so you won't tell the difference between any other app that you have. It sits on your home screen just like any other app, but you don't have to go to the Apple or Google Play Store to get updates to it. You automatically get updates whenever
you log on.
Whenever you log in.
Well, that's pretty slick.
Yeah,
Nice.
it is. It's sort of nice. More apps are going that way. Progressive web apps are the way to go.
Okay.
So
and,
it's a terrific
and
app.
can you get it on your all your devices as well as your desktop?
All devices.
All devices.
Yep, all devices.
So
Phone,
it doesn't.
iPad,
It's not
tablet.
different.
And it's not different between Apple and,
Yep.
and Android. It's all devices.
And,
Absolutely.
I look at my desktop. It's the same thing as my iPad.
Same thing. It's just like logging in.
It's just
so
like
you log
logging
into
in,
any
yep.
other subscription
Yep.
that you have.
Okay.
Whether it's the New York Times or Netflix or Easy
Yep.
Weather Brief. Yep. It's all the same.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Have a
Thanks
good
for stopping
show.
by. You
bet.
too.
Marshall,
Yeah.
how are you, man?
Good, yourself?
I'm fantastic. Listen, full disclosure, I've got some of your products. I love them.
Good.
So just give us a 90-second rundown on what you have.
Yeah, so I guess first of all, we'll take a step back. I
Sure.
started the company back in 2014
Okay.
as a hobby, and it just exploded, which is great. I had no intentions of starting a business, but that's exactly what happened. So we started growing, and we've got several different products, tie-down ring products, inspection plate, cockpit, strut, landing gear for helicopters, off-road vehicles, boats. So our market has just really, really expanded there.
And you started with aviation, right?
Correct, that is still our bread and butter. But yeah, when I was going through pilot training, I'd come home every night, my wife would ask me how training was, and I'd always verbally tell her how bad of a pilot I was, and I wanted to show her. So I started asking my instructor if I could put something on the airplane to videotape. He said, yeah. So that's kind of how the company started. Of course, aviation is a pretty small business, so people started asking, hey, where do you get those? And started selling it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about how these can integrate with some of the other brands that are out there, the mounts from Garmin, the mounts from GoPro.
Yeah,
Do
so
you have the ability to make that happen?
yeah, so I'll call it the GoPro adapter is like saying Band-Aid, right? So this adapter here is universal really to any action camera, whether it's GoPro, Insta360, Garmin Verbs, or any of the Garmin cameras, or any of the knockoffs. So all of our mounts are universal to any action camera.
Okay. so you can go pretty much any direction you need to go with knuckles and
Yep.
like this one here.
Our inspection plate, which is here. So there's just it connects right into an existing screw hole that you have. You just take the screw out, put this puck right back in here, which is this puck, then put a screw back into it, put the two mount halves together, and now you've got a mount on the inspection plate, or really anywhere that you can take a screw out of your aircraft.
And where are you located?
Southwestern Montana.
Southwestern Montana. And,
Missoula, Montana.
How do they find you on the internet?
www.mypilotpro.com.
Mypilotpro.com. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
you.
So, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Tell me a little bit about your software. You got a software for flight schools and FBOs, and tell me a little bit about it.
Yes. So we started in 2015, and we built a software for private owners, flight schools, and maintenance centers. What's special about it is that it brings all the things you need together. So it's not just a training software, it's not just a maintenance software. You can do all these things together in one system, reaping the benefits of that. Because otherwise your data is scattered over all these different tools you have to use. In our system, it's together, and we can optimize your business, help you optimize your business by having it all in one system. So that's why Avidice is better than what's out there.
And is it cloud-based?
It's all cloud-based.
Okay.
There's also a mobile application dedicated for the task you have to do very often as an end user. So
right.
If you want your students to book their flights, it's possible. But the system is customizable, so it's not just you don't just have to take it as it comes. You can customize it to your needs, so it adjusts like a glove to your organization, because we've noticed that all organizations are so much different from each other. So everybody has a bit of a different way to deal with things, and we adjust to that. So.
And we can find you on the web at avitize.com?
Absolutely.
Yep, very good. Well, thank you. Appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
So we're visiting with Brad, who owns a company that sells these kits for this helicopter. But its history is of all owner build or home build is interesting. Brad, give us a quick rundown on the history of this airframe.
The Hummingbird 300L is based on a Sikorsky design that was the S-52, and it was FAA certified, and I bought all the engineering data drawings, type certificate from Sikorsky, and I turned it into a home-built kit. And,
how many of them do you have out there?
About 360 of them now.
About 300,
but I've been doing it for 33 years.
Yeah, and are they all domestic, or do you have them all over the world?
They're all over the world.
All over the world. That's fantastic.
But most of them are international.
Okay.
Other than here in the
Yeah,
US.
sure. Well, take us over and just point out a couple of interesting things about the aircraft, if you would.
One of the improvements that I made from the original design is the windshield. It's a Bell 206 Jet Ranger windshield, composite nose. The doors are composite. The instrument panel was redesigned. The cyclic sticks are redesigned with electric trim. There's some flight control changes underneath the floor that you can't see. It's got 4 doors now. Originally it had 2. The fuel system is a 57-gallon bladder under the seats, so fuel burn does not change center of gravity. Two people in the back doesn't change center of gravity.
Okay.
And the fuel system meets crashworthiness, newest FAA standards for crashworthiness.
Fantastic.
And then the Lycoming IO 540 fuel-injected engine, that was a modification that we did as well. And then the rotor blades have been improved. The pocket design has been changed. And then on the tail, the original stabilizers were back here. That was anhedral, and we went to horizontal stabilizer. Earlier design for the Hummingbird, the horizontal stopped here and had end plates. Well, I extended the stabilizer further out to clear the fuselage, and I moved the vertical stabilizer back here. This is a improved tail rotor blade design.
I see you have the cutback on the tip.
Yeah, that's for noise reduction.
Sure, absolutely.
And the blade has 8 degrees of twist, and it's an asymmetrical airfoil.
Okay.
And it has a 4,000 hour life.
4,000 hours. That's fantastic. And what's some of the time limits on the gearboxes, the transmission? And
There's no time. Well, there's overhaul periods of 1,200 hours on the rotor head, the main gearbox, and the tail gearboxes.
Okay.
The retirement time on the tail blades is 4,000 hours. On the main rotor blades, it's 1,200 hours.
Okay. All right. And I know that with home builds, there's kind of a huge range of costs and with options and everything, but give us a ballpark of where this kit is.
The basic standard kit with the engine is about 227,000.
Okay.
With the engine.
Got it.
And then we have a quick build option where we put together the airframe.
Okay.
And that's an additional 66,000.
Okay. So right around 300,000.
Yeah, with the quick build.
With the quick build and some avionics, and you have your own helicopter.
Paint and upholstery.
Paint, yeah. That's just.
And we offer that as options, the interior.
Okay. All right. Well, Brad, I can't thank you enough.
Okay.
I hope that you sell a bunch more at the show.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Thanks,
All right.
man.
Thanks, man.